Hello and welcome to part 3 of the event story, Amidst Wings of Grey. On our trip to Lviv, according to the new plan of Kalin, the commander got dragged into a skirmish between boardroom and some military forces. Helena started to hear some voices and fell sort of unconscious. And after the boardroom crashed into us, we got separated from Korvne and Helena. And now we are continuing with the story. Overture of Obscenity. Congratulations unto you, for you found the path. Pity unto you, for this is only the start. A lot of forces. Requesting backup. Requesting backup. You have been attacked by unknown dolls. Is there anyone else around? Okay, we are back at Daiyan's group. We are the last unit that managed to fall back. Hasn't backup arrived yet? HQ sent air mishaps over, but there's no telling when they'll get here. Mishaps? God damn, they might as well just kill us on the spot. HQ should never has ordered us to fight that damn boardroom. All our guys are dead. That's there. Enemy reinforcements have arrived. Pay attention to changes in the battlefield situation. I mean, they attacked us just because we're like right there. I don't really have a... I don't think they guys really like very evil towards us. But no, they are, I think, because of the... Well, we did eliminate a couple of friends of theirs. Bring it on. If they come, I have got the bullets for them. Okay, interesting zoom in. Reverberation of terror. Whether the devouring, pouring sound overpowers the chant. They're all gone. Those guys were really strong. Everyone, are you alright? Damage is minimal. It should not be a problem. Fortunately, they did not have too many people. It would have been troublesome if they came in the same numbers as the Vaegas. Governor said something about fighting them before this, so maybe that's why there had not been that many people left. That's certainly possible. Those people are much better fighters than the Vaegas, and they have got very good gear. Thou who scrutinized their equipment, trying to find some hints as to their identities. They don't have any identifying marks on them beyond their Manji security logo on their armor. The weapons are all new. They have got a full set of accessories. Their armors are equipped with air filters. You can tell right away that they have designed to use in contamination zones. But they were speaking just now, so are those dead people in that armor? Just to confirm, Daiyan takes the helmet of one of the troopers who was killed. He has been shot in the head. The inside of his helmet is covered in blood and gore. Ugh. Though it's a grisly sight, there's no doubt that he was alive until recently. They're probably standard PMC fighters. But normal PMCs would not go up against Commander, right? Speaking of which, why were they trying to capture Helena? I'm not sure either. They just shot to us out of nowhere. Perhaps they are working with the previous factions that was trying to kidnap Helena. I think this is a little bit of misunderstanding here. Wait, there were people trying to kidnap Helena before this? Going into the details might take a while. In any case, the commander got the assignment to escort Helena from the person called Kalina. The people have been trying to kidnap Helena all this while. Miss Kalina, you say? Daiyan and Jingyu look surprised. Is Kalin involved in this too? If it's an assignment from Miss Kalina, and she gave it to the commander to carry out, then it must be very important. Miss Karfner, why don't we head to that location as fast as possible? Yes, it's just over there. Karfner tracks her signal on her terminal, and the signal begins moving. She stops a cargo elevator nearby. The elevator isn't very big, with only half-height fans or cover, and the elevator shaft vanishes into the darkness below. The dolls get onto the elevator, which groans with a thunderous bass roar as it slowly descends with them on it. Pixies, doesn't that remind you of that one mission we went on back in Griffin? Oh, probably one of the girls Frontline 1 guys veterans knows. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, we were at a submarine base. We were fighting on the base perimeter back then. But this time, we get to go on the elevator, right? You seem happy. I'm just trying to lighten the mood, okay? She's much more dorkier in Neural Cloud. Karfner looks into the depths of the pitch-black tunnel without saying a word. We understand that everyone here is feeling uneasy. However, the blinking icon on the communicator tells that Helena is somewhere below here, and thus she must keep going. After realizing her attempt at filling everyone up has failed, Jingyu does not say anything else. The doll began watching the surrounding in case they are ambushed. However, nothing happens. As the elevator descends, a strange smell fills the air. Rakish-looking vegetation made a mid-growth rampant on the corridor on either side of the lift. Exposed cabling merged with the plants and snakes everywhere. Perhaps she's just imagining things, but as they continue downwards, the surrounding temperature seems to get lower. The collapsed particle intensity in this place is rising. Yeah, I can feel it. Karfner's terminal screen is coated in frost. She tries to wipe it off and see that the high of the target coordinates are slowly matching up with her own position. Suddenly, the lid arrived at the bottom level with a doink, and the huge gates before her slowly grinned open. Is this a warehouse? Looks like a pretty messed up warehouse to me. Countless square glass tanks that are half the height of the person are piled up messily against the walls of the room. The ones on the left contain some unidentifiable plants, while the ones on the right holds various twisted bodies. The tanks are engraved with what appears to be some kind of spell incantation on them, and the walls are covered in indescribable design, but the doll immediately recognizes one of them. Paradeos. That symbol is one of that no Griffin doll could ever forget. Karfner cannot help but cover her mouth as she sees what's happening around her. And Saohui frowns from her place off to the side. Were the missing people that the police officer was talking about all taken here? A single transfer station would not have that much capacity. They must have been brought here from various locations. I can't believe there's so many. Is this Paradios? However, finally realized why the commander was acting so strange just now. And she tightened her grip on her weapon, discussed charms in the depths of her neural cloud. The collapsed particle are emitted from plants, but why were they placed with those corpses? Perhaps they're trying to pickle? Jing Yu immediately clamps up the moment she realizes her faux pas, but the other doll understands what she means. Other dolls are eager to get out of this room that is lined with glass tanks, but it feels like an endless corridor. It takes a long time before they manage to stride to the end of the room. Hey, is it light up ahead? The only thing at the end of the room is a rot-eaten door. A faint light leaks through from the gap below it. Meanwhile, unsettling whispers can be heard through the door, which spook the dolls even more. Can hear something. Let's be careful while moving in. The doll crouched low, then gently push open the door at the end of the room. It leads to an open space. A char of candles blends with the stink of gore and hits them square in the face. The whispering becomes clear as it repeats over and over again. The dolls can make out what it says. May deformity be exchanged for purity. If you must pass wisdom onto this sinful world, then may my form be the medium. Wisdom is like unto a curse. If this world does not deserve a blessing, then may my form atone for it. For the flesh is but a shell. If blessing is to be shared with all things, may my form be how they are joined. A sonorous liturgy comes from the distance. Several dozen unitates in long robes receive verses over and over again from where they have standing around a damp, steep pit. Meanwhile, the girl standing in the middle leads their prayers, a voice the louder and brighter of all of them. This is the final offering. The doll stuck into the shadow, looking into the pit, where a monster breathes its last inside the pit. Is that a Bodrum? That's the one which attacked us just now. Helena's signal is down here. What? Helena swallowed up by the Bodrum? A look of shock appears on Kaufman's face, and she immediately tries to run out of the shadow and towards the pit. Daiyan and Jing Yu practically grab her and drag her back. Let go of me! I need to save her! Helena's right there! Let me save her! Please calm down, Miss Kaufman. There's a big monster over there. Are you planning to jump down and commit suicide? But I... Don't worry. I'm sure there will be a way to do it. Let's observe the situation more carefully. The girl slams her staff on the ground, and the loud noise it makes draws everyone's attention. Hello, young lady. May deformity be exchanged for purity. If you must pass wisdom onto this sinful world, then may my form be the medium. Cries of fear come from among the unitates, but their bodies continue marching up to the pit. Their trembling is visible even through their robes, as terror echoes among their congregation. Wisdom is like unto a curse. If this world does not deserve a blessing, then may my form atone for it. The unitates put out daggers in trembling hands and pointing them toward their own throats. Oh my god. Some people try to struggle against this, but their bodies do not hear their commands, as though they were not in control of their actions. For the flesh is but a shell. If blessing is to be shared with all things, may my form be how they are joined. The dagger plunges in forcefully, just as the unitas falls into the pit among with their blood. The dull thud of their bodies hitting the ground rouses the monsters at the base of the tip. The twisted monster writhles at the base of the tip, covering its wounds. It looks like it's barely hanging onto life as it strains to drag itself over to the fallen bodies. Upon touching the bottom, the corpses melt into its body. The three orbs begin circling around the monster as though they are protecting something. A massive plant coils around the bodrum tail, binding it to the base of the pit. The bodrum emits a shrill cry from time to time, surrounding like a hollow of pain, and a roar of anger at the same time. So this bodrum was not formed naturally. Paradeos is feeding their followers to bodrum. That's disgusting. The group shifts their attention from the bodrum to the girl by the pit. She seems to be smiling happily, like she's at an amusement park. Where you have Paradeos, there is bound to be Nitos. This one ought to be Nita. Nita? Yeah, we fought Paradeos before this, and this one just looks like the Nita we met earlier. Is she a mutant Naito or something? We ought to be having a really hard time beating a Naito with our present weaponry. According to our previous experience, Nita isn't a particularly strong fighter. She's more like a doll. Kovna lowers her head, then raises her weapon, like she's made up her mind before addressing everyone. The bottom has not fully recovered yet. This is the best chance for us. If we kill Nita, nobody can stop us from saving Helena. Kovna fires at Nita before everyone can stop her, but the bullet does not harm to Nita. It is as though it has vanished into the thin air. Nita whirls around in rage, slamming her staff into the ground. A loud echo fills the air, followed by the angry shout from her. The time of blessing has not yet arrived. You shall not profane the sanctuary with your insolence. Everyone, get ready for battle. Be careful as you face the enemy. Okay, it is kind of boss fight. Nita, number 249 Elite Doll. Paradeos. So again, I did not do chapter 7 or 8, so I'm not sure what it is, but we will find it. Yeah, I can basically autoplay it, and I will just don't do much. It's very easy fight. So see you after just the fight. And looks like we are back at the professor. I want to say commander. The ringing in my ears interferes with my perception, and I don't know how long has passed until I finally regain some sensation in my body. Fortunately, the edges and pain coursing through my body is a reminder that I am alive. I sense the weight of my body lessening. Somebody is moving the stones on top of me away, one by one. Oh? The world in my eyes goes from a neon-esque blue to a clarity, and a petite form slowly comes into view. Hey, Helena? Oh my god, who is coldly chasing? The person before me is Helena. She does not answer, only stands aside, watching me fearfully. I look at her dust-covered hands and realize who just moved the stones aside. I cough and spit up the dust and dirt in my mouth. Then I take stock of my body. I cannot quite seem to exert any strength in my left arm. Looks like it has been dislocated. I prop myself up with my right arm, then look around. Commander, are you awake? Oh my god, no, Corvin is alone. Dandelion's voice enters my ears. Her cheerful tone pulls me back to reality from my daze. Considering that she's talking like that, I'm probably not going to be dying anytime soon. I grit my teeth against the pain and slip my dislocated left arm back into position. Then test my legs. Fortunately, there didn't seem to be any life-threatening injuries, although they itch. The dynagate flows around me as it scans my body, and then it hovers in front of me again. Looks like you have been taking good care of your body over the 10 years. The worst injury you got from being flung out of the window was a dislocated arm. Vital signs are all within normal ranges. It won't interfere with upcoming operations. I'm just glad to be alive. I look around. My surroundings are a mess, and the rickety buildings that the boardroom hit has completely collapsed. The surrounding area is littered with the corpses of armed personnel who were killed in the firefight just now. How many resources does this cult even have? I reflexively reach for my gun, but the cool sensation I expect is not there. The Dynage's eye seems to shine as it sees my hand reaching for my gun. Relax, I check your surrounding while you were out. As you can see, there isn't a single soul around here, so you don't have to worry about being attacked again. However, the Dynagate flies a little higher and looks into the distance. As I follow Dynagate's gaze, I see a big patch of black, greenish clouds not too far away from us. Damn it. Is the collapse storm that close already? Fortunately, I found you quickly enough. Otherwise, you have been enjoying another full immersion in a collapse storm. Just as I was wondering how to dig you out of there, this little girl showed up. The Daiyan glances at Helena, who is still looking at us with a frightened look on her face. While I have a lot of questions I want to ask her, it would be best to get out of here first. There isn't much time. I need to decide what to do right away. I carefully recall everything that just happened now. Daiyan looked over Helena's defense system. But just as we were about to grab Helena, the boardroom suddenly charges course and slammed into the building where we're in. Corvnet threw me off the window and saved my life. Daiyan, where's Corvnet? I saw her being called up by the boardroom, along with Helena. She isn't responding to my hails, but I can try to track her location. Wait, if she was dragged with Helena, where is this Helena? Her coordinates indicate that she has some distance away from us, and she has not moved in a long time. Damn it, we need to find her. I knew you would say that, Commander. However, should not we be focusing on how to survive right now? Can you contact the Elmo? The collapsed storm is almost here. What do you think? The last time we had the signal, I told Myling to bring the drone back. Hopefully it's safe sometime when comms are restored. The storm sure picked a great time to come by. I would suggest we find a place to take cover. Otherwise, we'll be sporting a new crystalline look in a few minutes. Are there any suitable locations nearby? There are some non-sealed buildings. Probably won't provide much the way of actual protection, but having something is better than nothing. Fortunately, Helena is a quasi-fully immune individual, and this isn't your first time being exposed to a highly contaminated environment, so you should be fine. Will it really be okay? A look of hesitation briefly crosses Helena's face, but in the end, she works up her courage and walks up to me and the Daiyan. This way. What's wrong, Helena? Go this way. After pointing in the way she wants me to go, Helena runs off into the distance. After a while, she stops to look back at us, then keep moving ahead. Is Helena headed for safety? How does she know which place is safe? You can ask that question when you reach safety. I force myself to my feet. Looking back, the ruins under the thick dark clouds looks like a massive graveyard. There's no time for me to spend on contemplation. I begin moving in the direction where Helena went and get out of here. The silent list. They disappear in the night. Over here. Helena stops in front of a high point on the edge of the ruins. There is a disguised entrance visible near half-buried stone. Initial inspection of the entrance reveals that it's been well camouflaged by vegetation and rubble, but looking closer inside shows clear signs of man-made architecture. Is this the entrance to an underground broker's base? The inside of the tunnel is much larger than expected. It's big enough for 2 trucks to drive through it side by side. Collapse storm outside carries wave after wave of dirt with it in. There are no more traces worth investigating on the surface right now. Looks like you know the stuff really well, Commander. Could you explain? They are traders who do business in the contamination zones. Naturally, the URNC views them as smugglers. Well, those smugglers sure are bold to have hidden such a big entrance here. Well, they are brave enough to transport anything from small animals to heavy arms. Do you really not know that? Not at all. That sounds like a lie. Seriously? In theory, Dandelion should probably not know about those people and think that they are only found within their contamination zones. But for some reason, I have the feeling she's already familiar with those things. I too have that feeling. Helena doesn't pay attention to our discussion. Instead, she goes deep into the tunnel and I run up to grab her shoulder. She turns to me, a troubled look in her eyes. I walk past in front of her, then shine my torch into the tunnel. It is empty. The shutter to the tunnel is half open. Once again, Helena ignores me and walks in. Although I cannot be sure that it's safe in there, I have no choice but to grit my teeth and head inside. The Daiyan flies into the hall, and then shutter, which looks like it was broken suddenly, grins shut. The interior of the hall lights up and the sound of machinery echoes all around. As I feel the ground below me starts to tremble, I realize that I'm standing on an elevator platform. Stage? Dandelion, give me a scan of the surrounding. We are currently descending underground on the elevator. The Daiyan files in the direction where the platform is headed. I look in the same direction, watchful for any sudden danger which might come up. Did you come to save Helena too? Out of nowhere, the hitherto silent Helena looks at me and asks a question without being addressed. Yes, of course, we came to save you. Still, what happened just now? How did you fly away all of a sudden? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to blame you or anything here. I just wanted to know. What happened just now? Everyone was tricked. Everyone died. But Helena came. Helena was saved. Wait, you were saved? Yes. In the moment of greatest despair, the call was answered. What's going on? Helena stares at me, like she's trying to commit something in memory. Daphne, Dandelion, and Commander. I'm here. I'm scared. What is scaring you? I'm scared that you will vanish too. She pauses, then speaks again in an almost imperceptible voice. I already have nowhere else to go. Frankly speaking, there seems to be something wrong with how Helena is speaking so frankly, but my instincts are telling me not to focus on that. I have the feeling that if I do voice my suspicion, this girl will vanish like a popped soap bubble. Did anyone vanish down there? The people who helped me in my struggles are gone. Everyone has suffered because Helena exists. However, the people who answered me not become the new sacrifice. Upon saying this, Helena lowers her head and does not speak further. I go over her words in my head, trying to extract meaning from them. Perhaps all this is related to what just happened here. With that in mind, I begin looking around the surrounding. The elevator and walls are covered in the scars of battle, and it's plain to see they are all quite recent. We encountered those unknown armed men at that bottom from the time the signal went through until we touched down. So something must have happened here recently. Just as I'm thinking, the Daiyan gate flies back at the elevator reaches the bottom floor. Commander, I have good news and bad news. Which would you like to hear first? Start with the bad news. The bad news is that the following scenes might end up inducing stomach distress. However, they are also highly informative, so I will need to look at them anyway. That's the good news? Yes. And what's the good news? The good news is that Courtney's signal is on the move. Hopefully that means her frame is still functioning and we won't need to load her neural cloud from a backup. How far away from us is she? Coincidentally enough, Courtney is on the same elevation as us. In other words, she might be in the base. Oh, is this what is happening parallel to our time? Since Courtney is there, then we will have to go in. That makes me jealous. Would you come to save me like this if I were in danger? Obviously, right? This answer is very important to me, you know, so don't try to bluff your way through this, Commander. I hope nobody around me will end up in danger. That includes you too, Dandelion. And if danger is unavoidable, I will do my best to protect everyone. That's unfair, Commander. You are the one that needs our protection the most, after all. Then, let's do our best for each other. After our conversation ends, the Daiyan gate flies up to Helena. Can you contact the defense system? We could just walk right in with those balls on our side. Helena shakes her head. You're so defensive. How boring. The Daiyan gate flies in circles around Helena, and Helena warily turns around to face Dandelions throughout her fight. Did you do all this? You smell like something out of this world. Let's go. I guide Helena's hand to my sleeve, but I cannot resist giving her a reminder. We will be going deep into the tunnels after this. Things in there might get really dangerous, so make sure you hold on tight to me and don't run off. When I walk, you walk. When I stop, you stop. When I crouch down, look for cover and hide. If I don't come looking for you, don't come out. Got that? Helena tugs on my sleeve and nods. Helena remembers. Hello? Servants. Paradeus units. Commander, why is it that you don't seem the least bit surprised by those enemies? Technically speaking, I should not just be surprised, but mad as hell too. Unfortunately, I just fought them. The things inside will make you shocked and angry. Let's just start by getting those nuisances out of the way. The enemies are all down. I look around carefully, in case something waiting to ambush me. The Daiyan's eyes flashed a few times. Dandelions' voice speaks, not from the Daiyan speaker, but directly into my earpiece. Looks like the final piece of the puzzle has appeared at last. What will you do now, Commander? Well, we have come all the way to an old friend's house now. Might as well sit down, make ourselves comfortable, and see if there's anything valuable around the place. Looks like this old friend of yours has fallen on tough times. There's a bunch of rough garbage in the corner. Some out of the place military supplies over there. It looks like they have been reduced to hiring contractors to mine the place. Should be praised for your work, Commander. We'll talk about that once we have ripped this cult out of the roots. That's strange. How come there's nobody keeping watch? I'm starting to connecting the dots here. So a boardroom appears nearby. The PMCs appointed a security moved out to eliminate it. In the end, not only could they not beat the monster, but they ran into us, and they end up getting wiped out. Well, it's an idea, but it's missing out of a lot of details. Why did a boardroom show up near the Paradeus stronghold? And why was it that the PMCs had to go and fight the boardroom in said stronghold, since it was on the ground? It just doesn't make sense, unless they wanted to capture the boardroom. Unless the boardroom was escaping the stronghold and fleeing to the surface, or they already captured it, yes. No, that's an interesting guess. In that case, why did Helena seek that boardroom out? Why does she act like she knows this place so well? The Daiyan look at Helena, but Helena does not notice us gaze at her. Instead, she looks nervously further within. This girl has many secrets about her. I'm sure you must have seen a lot of strange things about her as well, right? There's no such things as too strange when it comes to fully immune individuals. In addition to the rarely visible oddities, Helena seems to have a strange relationship with the boardroom. Have you noticed that, Commander? Don't tell me Helena is an elite. I should not have thought of things that way if you had not mentioned it. I suddenly remember the report that Groza gave me from when we have just received Helena. Part of it includes the details of Helena's appearing at the boardroom vanishing. And there just so happened to be a collapse storm at that time too. So you're saying that Helena can attract boardrooms? That's just a guess. This place just happened to be a Paradeus base. You might be able to find some information that corroborates that theory. Since you have said as much already, does that mean you have already discovering something? Since you are so curious, then please follow me, Commander. The Daiyan floats before my eyes once again, and after extending its limbs before me in the mid-air, it wiggles around a bit before flying further in. It looks like it's trying to do a cat stage to show how smart it is, but unfortunately, it just comes off looking doggy since it's a Daiyan. I chuckle to myself. It's true that her body instruments are more reliable in an enclosed environment like this one. I lightly took on Helena, and she obediently moves forward with me. The terrain here isn't exactly complex. We hit down along the staircase, and every time we think we are at the bottom, we find a similar looking platform beyond which is another staircase leading down. There's no useful information on the first 3 floors. However, once we pass the platform, the Daiyan silently comes to a halt. Commander, you should rest here for a while. I will go take a look up ahead. Are there enemies? I lower my voice and prepare for trouble. I'm not sure. Not sure? What did you find? Dandelion is silent for a while. This uncharacteristic behavior sobers me up completely. It's strange. I can't pick up a heat source, but it's very faint. Could it be a combat unit using some kind of special equipment? Or maybe just a doll? No. Perhaps I should say, it doesn't seem like a living person. Huh? Dandelion seems to sense my confusion. She used the projection of their Daiyan she is in to display a visualization of her findings, and I subconsciously hold my breath. The image shows faint, human-shaped heat signatures standing together in an ordinary manner, beside that looking like 4 large glass specimen tanks. The heat source do not move, like they are neatly arranged specimens. Are they severely retained mutants? No, the mutation isn't complete. Normal humans' vital signs are still present. I have to hand it to Paradeus. They are always exceeding my expectation. Commander, wait for me to give you the all clear. Before I can give the order, the Daiyan lies deeper in. I can sense Dandelion's emotions through the tone of her voice just now. Time passes, second by second, minute by minute, as I wait anxiously. Just as my patience is about to run out, the Daiyan returns. How are things? You should probably see for yourself. Dandelion does not answer me directly. I follow the Daiyan to a hidden door. If not for Dandelion's thermal sensor, given their darknet condition, I would never have been able to tell that there was a door here. The gate's electric lock is unpowered. It opens with a light push, and the dim ground light slowly illuminates the interior of the room. It isn't a big room, and there are 4 glass tanks neatly arranged in the middle. The tanks appear to be full of some kind of fluid, and their contentment are unclear at the moment. Dandelion finds a port of the control terminal and skillfully connects the Daiyan data cable to it. Upon seeing me slowly approaching the tank to see what's inside, she thoroughly turns on the tank lights. What I see next makes me reflexively draw a breath. The content of the tanks are displayed to all by the ghastly white light. Each tank is roughly a meter or so in height and covers a clumsy place. There's some kind of vegetation, whose name I cannot tell, at the bottom of the tanks, while there are humans of different physiques, looks and ages on the upper portion. Oh god, I don't even want to imagine what's going on here. The humans and plants are suspended indifferently in colored liquid. The top and bottom of each tank has 4 holes of different colors leading into them, completing a biocircular cycle like blood vessel. Oh my god. Don't even want to read this. Please. We can stop. It just looks gross, okay? Just put it like simple. Although I was mentally prepared for this, seeing something this creepy still makes me want to throw up. Helena, please close your eyes. Somewhat worried, I look at Helena, who has followed me in. However, she has placed her hands on the glass, as though she is bidding the people inside a wordless farewell. I trust this has made you adequately shocked and angered. Do not respond. The Daiyan's data cable connects to the control terminal. The screen immediately fills with folders opening up and their details. Just following at it makes my head spin. I bet Dandelion is making copies of everything. I think you have pretty much guessed it by now. There is lots of information in the system, which means fully decrypting and analyzing it will take quite a while, so it's better if I just dump it all my database and crunch it as a ledger. Still, it's not like I have come away empty-handed. Take a look at the serial numbers of those files, Commander. What are those serial numbers? Those folders contain basic personal information. They're not encrypted, probably because they don't contain any valuable information. Still, I managed to pick up some traces. Take a look at their surnames. Those 410 old people flash past my eyes. They all have the same surname. Wait, they are family. Maybe they are of the same race? That would probably be more appropriate. Only the data of this room is found here. I did some digging and found out that all the people here had the same surname. Something suddenly comes in my mind. The place where the boardroom first fought was apparently an abandoned town. There were no residents to be found there, and I thought it was because they had already fled. Could it be that anyone in the village had been captured for experiment? Por Dios, what have those monster truckers done? One word was mentioned repeatedly in the data: new species. A fusion of flora and fauna. Does that seem familiar? Wait, could that boardroom be? To be precise, I think they're trying to fuse human bodies with... Oh, that's what I expected. To be more precise, I think they're trying to fuse human bodies with varying characteristics with collapsed radiation infused plants through varying rations of its unknown fluid. I bet Helena has something to do with this too. There's a lot of missing information. My guess is They are conducting experiments, infusing live humans with plants, using different contaminations of bonding fluids to capitalize their action. The constituents of this bonding fluid are unknown. Oh, so not entirely human, but with various animals mixed in it too. Oh. Damn, they're so gross, those guys. They're just literally doing alchemy stuff and they don't even know how it works. Like, they do home science. Humans and plants. Animals and plants. Humans and animals and plants. Looks like their radiated plants are a crucial carrier medium for those experiments. And they are also a line of special implanted cells. Dandelion, make sure you save all of this. Will do. I won't miss a single bite. Helena silently walks away from the tank and bows to them. Commander, can you help them? What? Helena reaches out and points to the glass tank. There's a pained look in her eyes. Dandelion does not answer. Only the blinking red light on the Dynagate's flashes. From the logs, it seems the people in those tanks were not put in there too long away. Can we save them? They belong saving. Their bodies are too deeply fused for that. From the logs, they look like logistics personnel from Stataset? They are from Stataset? Check. Were they captured by Paradeus? I can shut off the power to those tanks. That might put the end to experiment here. I glance at Helena and nod silently. Let them rest. Thank you. Oh god. Oh my god, this is so depressing, this text. This part. Helena bows to me and Dandelion in the same way. At the same time, we hear an unsettling growl from the depths of the base. There is no doubt that it's the boardroom we just encountered. After hearing the noise, Helena glances at us. Then she runs into the base without looking back. Dandelion, follow us once you finish downloading the data. After telling Dandelion what to do, I proceed to give a chase. I can sense something is about to happen. Last stage. Amongst Wings of Grey. What a great name, by the way. Dusting off the ashes, the feathers of conspiracy fully unfurl. What is this? That's a cute avatar. I initially thought this will be the New Year event, but it looks like this is far from this. Okay, let's just end this. Then the other rained fire on Nita and forced her back, but Nita ducks behind cover and avoids taking a fatal blow. The appointed time has not yet arrived. Forgive this insult, my lord. The rain judgment dawn upon those heretics. Nita raises her staff high. It emits a deafening, sinister sound, forcing the dolls to cover their ears to protect their hearing. What the dog doing? Look out! The boardroom is moving! The boardroom seems to be rejuvenated by the sound. It claws out of the pit, and with its all might, it shrugs off their plants entanglement it. Eventually, the boardroom emerges from the pit. devouring the blood and flesh of the sacrifices restored its strength, and the wounds it took begins to knit together. The Bodrum's body is bigger than before, but the monster thrashes around continuously, as though it is unable to control itself. Nita thumps the ground again. The sound makes the Bodrum roar again and again, each cry more pained than the last. Atop the Bodrum, below the three revolving orbs, a shadow vaguely shaped like a girl can be merely made out inside its body. Helena! Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. How is there two Helenas and what happening on the commander side? I knew it. Helena is there. Kofne cannot hold herself back anymore and throw cautious to the wind as she runs to the Bodrum. Give her back! Give Helena back! Kofne applauds all her firepower into the Bodrum, while the Bodrum raises its tentacles in preservation for counterattack. Miss Kofne! Daiyan rushes out of the cover as well, picking off the tentacles, trying to smash Kofne with accurate gunfire. Zheng Yu and Cao Hu follows behind her. Since there's no way for them to retreat, the dolls have decided to utterly crush the monster here. It cannot be helped, Big Sis. We all have to attack at once. Now is our chance to defeat this monster, while it's still weakened. We will cover Miss Kofne together. Be careful, everyone. They're actually fighting it, and I don't think there will be an ad. Oh my god, is that big. Yeah, it looks like a giant ananas. I don't think that will be an end of this chapter soon. At least I don't think we will answer the question. Why is there two Helenas, or whatever happens on Commander's side? Maybe it is after Commander. Let's go with the team like this. I think replace Lotta. And because it's like the last fight, right? I will keep the fight here. Two more Q Kus, whatever it means. Oh my god. I should have left Lotta here. I did not expect it to spawn so many enemies. But you know what? I'm just overpowered. I bet Daiyan can just take her this guy by her own. How many damage? Yeah, it's almost half. That's strong. And she even crit. Okay, we're done. Heretics! Heretics! One and all! The Bodrum slowly falters under the doll's attack. Nauseating slime pushes from its wounds. Although Nita wraps her staff on the ground, the monster seems unwilling to continue attacking the dolls. Did we do it? We need to keep pressing on. Helena, I will save you once we kill this monster. The dolls spread out, circling around the Bodrum to attack. Nita, and a look of despair crosses Nita's face. But just then, the spheres on the Bodrum's head starts to shine with a blinding light. Nita's face fills with savage glee, as though she hears something. The appointed time is upon us. I knew this was but a trial set before me. I knew you would never abandon me. Thank you for answering your servants, my lord. The shapes shine and light slice open the Bodrum's body. Helena slowly fronts into view, and despite the Bodrum's wounds, spewing slime everywhere, her body is untouched by any of it. The boardroom howls in agony, but Helena pays it no heed. All she does is glare coldly at Nita. Nita is full of delight as she stands in front of the boardroom. She laughs manically as she casts her staff aside and falls to her knees before the monster. However, her face turns pale and twists as she rolls in anger. "You're not here! You're not here! Where is my lord?" "I am here." Shocked, Nita turns around and sees the other Helena taking aim at her with a handgun. "My lord?" "This is from them. I'm returning it to you." What did Commander got into it? You know what? Let's just pack our luggage and get out of here. Helena pulls the trigger and a bullet blasts clear through Nita's torso. "Why? I devoted myself to you with the utmost fate." "Then rejoice, for today you will be a martyr." Helena does not stop shooting for a moment. She pulls the trigger again and again, pumping more bullets into Nita's head. Nita collapses on the ground, and her staff falls with her. The boardroom in front of her collapses as well, as though its spine has been suddenly removed. As I catch up, I come to a halt. Staring in shock, I realize that Helena is holding my pistol. Although I can sense something strange happened with her, what I do not expect is that there are two Helenas standing in front of me. The Helena in front of me raises her gun and pointing it at the Helena in the air. The two of them are silent, simply staring at each other. Shortly afterwards, the Helena at the air speaks first. "D68, you were not chosen. What a shame." "I never wanted to be chosen. Everything we believe in was a lie." "What's going on?" "Is it? Was the resonance the only thing came of the ritual?" "She was the one who resonated with me. So get the hell out of her body." "To think you would sacrifice so much just to do something so meaningless?" "This is the only place with meaning to it. I want to save the people here. I was so close to success." "Why? Why was it you again?" "You traitor. You betrayed all of us." There's a vicious glint in the eyes of the Helena before us. She pulls her trigger in a flash and fires off her entire magazine. "Which is over, Helena?" However, the spheres glow and the bullets are easily melted. The Helena in mid-air looks down scornfully towards the ground, making her final statement. "Betrayed you? You are the one who betrayed us. Scum who abandoned their fate and their mission ought to disappear here." The spheres begin to circle the airborne Helena. An energy beam gathers between the orbs and it looks like it's about to fire. "Dandelion!" Take over the defense system now. On it. I rush out and grab Helena before jumping aside. Thanks to Dandelion's interference, the energy beam is thrown off by target and it does not hit me. The dolls from afar see me and immediately hit in my direction. Commander! I knew it! The commander was here after all! Is the commander you keep talking about? What do you think? Our commander still looks as badass as ever, even after all those years. The dolls runs up to me and press themselves against me. Fortunately, the defense system don't initiate a second round of attack. 95, 97. What are you girls doing here? It's fate. It's a long story, Commander, but Miss Kofner over here brought us to look for you. Is that so? I'm glad you're okay too, Kofner. Thank you very much for saving me back then. You owe me one now, Commander. Kofner happily flashes me a thumbs up. Then she looks at the Helena in the air before exclaiming in surprise. What's going on? Two Helenas? Well, that's not a surprise for us anymore, right? The airborne Helena looks at in amusement. She does not seem to intend to attack us with her spheres. Instead, she looks thoughtful. Well, someone interested has shown up. I did not expect us to meet so soon. Who are you? I am a consciousness who is similar to someone you know well. A lot will happen between us soon. However, Helena's voice starts to sound strange. You will need to survive until then. A ferocious wave of gunfire silently sweeps in from afar. It's coming from various passages, laid down by armed troops, who look like the ones we fought earlier, but whose helmets have been painted black. Enemy reinforcements? Didn't that PMC just now say it? There were reinforcements coming. They came a little quick, don't you think? PETA is protecting the commander. Lay down suppressive fire. We will be withdrawing through the passage. I reach out to Helena. She hesitates for a moment before returning the handgun to me. I gave to Kofner, and she immediately joins me in my cover. Kofner, bring Helena to the rear. Everyone else, form up on me. Will do. Kofner grabs Helena's hand and runs towards the tunnel where I'm pointing. However, before she reaches the entrance, she comes to a halt and comes back with Helena in tow. Commander, there are enemies coming from the rear too. Damn it, we are surrounded. Jing Yu, move behind the commander and intercept the enemies there. Oh, okay. Bullets start flying out the way the tunnel just now, forcing us to leapfrog between cover, lest we end up getting caught in the crossfire. Things don't look good, Commander. As long as last, it's time for you to flex your leadership skills. Do you seriously think this is the time for something like that? The dolls fired back at the enemy, but their reinforcements vastly outnumbers us as soon as we almost completely suppressed by the enemy. How many more enemies are there? There should be at least 50 according to the scans, right? Is there another way? As you can see right now, I'm just a Daiyan. Look, I'm being serious here. In that case, we should be able to solve the problem handily once our reinforcements arrived, right? Reinforcements? Where are we getting reinforcements from? Just then, I hear a familiar, yet unfamiliar voice in my earpiece. The moment I do, I know that has been tossed a lifeline. Centauracy? Commander, do you hear me? Oh, what is this event? How did this happen? Why is Centauracy here too? Is it a whole Tsushiro command? Loud and clear. We received Miss Dandelion's distress signal and now approaching your location. Macchiato has come too? Wait for us, Commander. Don't die down there. Is this the end? Oh, look who it is. It's Macchiato. Okay, I'm so questioned right now what happened. I actually thought this will be a simple, light, delightful New Year event. Because it's like New Year right now, right? In China. But it looks like it's not a delightful New Year event. Well, and it also ends on a cliffhanger. Great, the same as chapter 6. I'm not sure why it is like this. And in NeuroCloud, at least you can always watch back the past events. I'm not sure if they will do it like this. Because it literally cut out of the campaign. It's like literally a cut out of the campaign. But that's feeling like a little bit of kinda meh, you know? Oh, however, we will close the... I don't know even if I can call it event. Maybe it's like chapter 9 or so. We will close in here. I will thank you for watching and listening. Wish you a good day, night, afternoon, and see you in more Yours Frontline 2. With probably even more Helenas. Take care.